Morning everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison. Today we'll be looking over the markets just as normal and looking over a few news stories, chatting to yourself and looking at some charts as well. So I'll just see if we're up and running just to make sure that we're live. We got the broadband fixed out yesterday. The speeds are now faster, which is good. So hopefully no issues with the broadband. I'll just see if we're live. Are we live? Yeah, we've got a couple of people in, which is good to see. So we'll just jump over to the chat area. We have Antonio Medusa is in the house, David Schwartz is in, Sam S is in, Andreas, Ajmal Salim, Danny Phoenix is in the house, Mervyn Skidmore, Richard Cooper on his crypto journey is in, Smart People, Kim O'Brien, one of our Brown admins, good to see you here Kim, Gino Dow is in, Marcus Jafari, Jay is in the house, Mr. Swanfield is in the house as well. Mervyn saying CYT, the place to be for all that's new in BTC. So sit right back and start to view. If you're chat, he'll mention you. If you're in the chat, he'll mention you. Excellent. Is that to a song? Stephen King is in as well. Good morning to you. So good to see you here, everybody. Okay, first, I love this. Somebody sent me this yesterday when we were kind of live. I think it was Natasha Sakamoto. So, bubbles. This is for the day. The crypto bubbles for the day. I just love the visual on this. You won't be able to see some of them because I'm up in the top right hand corner, but you'll be able to see most of them. But this is a crypto bubbles. This is over the last 24 hours. ABBC coin. I think they've just settled with Alibaba. Actually, they've just settled kind of on an agreement with regards to the name of this, but they've settled on that agreement and they're up 38% over the last 24 hours. True Chain is up 35% as well. It's good to see. Who else? Vest Chain is up. I like this as well because it gives you the market cap when you click on it as well. And daily volume is only 18,000. But it's up 10%. Strat is up. That's a good project as well. Good to see. EOS is up. Nulls is up. Digitex Future's gone up again, which is brilliant. What position is it? Rank number 66 now. It's moving up all the time. KCS is down. Surprising. KuCoin shares is down as well. HC is starting to move as well. That's one that I said a couple of weeks ago is going to hit 70%. It's starting to move just now. So before you continue, by the way, just crush those likes. Go down the like button if you like these videos and crush the likes. It definitely does help the channel. Okay, so that's the crypto bubbles. I do like that. I'm going to start the show with that, I think. It's just a good visual representation. You can see we're mostly in the green. If we go to kind of the hourly, you can see we're in the red a lot as well. Ravain down over the last hour. PundyX down again. True is up. Waves is down. ABBC down over the last hour. So this is just over the last hour. But you can see kind of what direction, a visual representation of what's happening in the whole market. It's not the whole market, but this represents a lot of the market. So I like that. I'm just going to keep that. I might do that at the beginning of each show. Okay, market capitalization. We're at 182 billion. I'm just going to refresh this. It might have changed in the last 10 minutes or something. Yeah, it's gone up. 182.5 billion. Just now, Bitcoin is at $5,260. Aggregated price, change of 0.76%. Most of the alts are up as well. We'll just look at that. Ethereum's up 2.47, XRP is up, Litecoin is up, Bitcoin Cash, EOS, Binance Coin is starting to move again. And we'll just see who's the winners and losers. ABBC was seen, True Chain, Vest Chain, Digitex Futures, Crypto.com, Chain as well, CRO up 10%, IOST up 8%. So a lot of them up in double digit figures. Who's on the down? KuCoin shares, Verge, Engine Coin, DAI, Nano, Repo, Insight Chain, Huobi Token, Decred, Zcoin, Stellar. So it's about 15% in the red, 85% in the green. We'll look at the markets overall. 2,160 coins now on CoinMarketCap. And we'll look at volume over 10k and over the last 24 hours who's done best. Zeus is up 171%. On 14,000 volume. Ace Token Stars up 127% on 205,000 volume. EOS DAC, don't know about that, 78% up. Safe or S4FE is up 76%, AC3, Cagitel 59%, Starchain 8 million volume is up 54%, Etherbase is up 49% as well. And I'm just going to have a look at some of these market caps. ACE Token Stars, that's been out a while, we've seen that $500,000 for the market cap. Red up 35%. What is this one? It's just caught my eye there. MEX, I don't know about that. Quanta Utility, no. 5 million, 824 Jetcoin. Let's go down. Arbitrage, 395, that's the ARB, a lot of people were into that. Coin to go, 40,000. 40,000 market capitalization. Even if that went 1000x, you're still talking it's only got a capitalization of 40 million. I'm talking about 1000x, not 1000%. Okay, so that's the overall markets. We'll just have a look at kind of what Bitcoin's doing. What's happening with Bitcoin? BTC USD, we'll look at it over on Bitstamp. It's up to 5,257. So it's staying relatively stable. Hopefully it kind of stays stable and just kind of does another push for 5,500. Then up to 6,000. Then if we get past 6,000, then we could be in bull territory. But still looking good for Bitcoin, still looking good for the overall markets. It's not jumping too quickly, too high. Although it did jump from 4,100 to 4,900. That's too big of a jump, but staying stable, that's the main thing. And that's good. So every time Bitcoin jumps up a little bit, alts come down, but once it stabilizes, the alts start to go back up, and that's what's happening in the alts market just now. So POA network is starting to move, that's up 10% just now, and that's coming off its all-time low, so that could be a good one for the short term as well. DGD, Digix deal is up. BLZ, we'll just look on Binance for this one actually. This is more accurate. So 0AX, right, I was going to call this yesterday. I'll just show you 0AX. And I'll show you why I was going to call it yesterday, but decided not to. 0AX. We'll go to Bitcoin. Okay, so my thinking was the 0AX was going to bounce off the kind of 50 EMA. It was down here a couple of days ago and yesterday as well. I thought this could bounce from here, and then I thought, well, no, because the 0AX kind of went up, and it wasn't, it kind of went up for no reason, to be honest. So I didn't think it was going to go up again, so I didn't call it then. But technically, from a technical point of view, it looked as if it was going to bounce from the 50 EMA a couple of days ago. It's done just that as well. So it kind of went up another 50%. So this could go up again, 0AX. I just didn't think it would, because it wasn't true information that kind of went up in the first place. So that did go up. So that was kind of high up. It's up 22% according to Binance just now, 23%. Nebulas has gone up as well to, that's 11%. It's jumped. Crossed over on the daily. We can see there a while ago. AST is starting to move as well. The thing is now a lot of these have crossed over on the daily. 70 EMA has crossed over the 50 EMA, which is one of the good indicators I like to look at. And a lot of them have crossed over now. So now it's about bouncing off the 70 EMA, the 50 EMA, and looking at the technicals from another point of view. So there's a lot you can see in the green. Look at all that in the green. And yesterday it was only one page on Binance, but now I think there's only one page in the red. TNB obviously down because it had a big run up. But there's not that many in the red at all. And if they are, it's not by that much. VIP had a run up, XVG had a run up as well. So it's looking good for the alts at the moment. Let's pull that back. What else is looking good? Strat kind of goes along nice and stable, then it kind of jumps up, goes along nice and stable, jumps up. So I think that's going to jump up. For the long term, I think Strat is a really good one. AGI, I think, good for the long term as well. Singularity Net. We were hoping for a breakout round about here at the beginning of April. That didn't happen. It broke out to the downside. So this could be due a run up as well. AGI. CMT, that kind of broke out a while ago as well when we were looking at it. It could bounce off the 50 EMA there. And these are on the daily charts. INS could be jumping up here as well. IOST had a nice run up from its crossover. Crossed over at 136. It did get up to 372. It's now at 304. SYS going down at the moment. EOS it's had a good run up as well. RCN could be bouncing off the 50 EMA and bouncing off its lows as well. Well, not its lows, it was at 290, its all-time lows. We're at 618. So they also starting to move, and they're starting to move in a bigger fashion now, which is good. Zilliqa, I still think, represents a brilliant buying opportunity here. And it's starting to move just now, so for me, Zilliqa just now represents a really good buying opportunity. Okay, we'll go back to chat, then we'll go to the news. Gareth Passage is in, saying yes, I made it. Excellent, good to see you here, Gareth. Debbie Cleydon is in, Mervyn Skidmore. So smash the likes with all your might, even though Pundy's still excellent, Mervyn Skidmore. Whoa, trippy, crypto bubbles. Yeah, I love crypto bubbles. I think it's good. It's just a big, huge visual representation of everything that's going on. It's quite cool. Natasha, thank you very much for sharing that yesterday. I do love this, I must admit. All green, so beautiful it is. Mitch Dita is in, good morning to you. Danny Phoenix is in, just sold my XLM for ADA. Excellent, I think that's a good. We'll just have a look at XLM. BTC, I do like, you know I like Cardano anyway. So how do it depends when you bought them in. If you kind of bought them round about here, the 2000 mark, and you sold them up here, 2,900, 33%. Kind of profit there, and going into ADA, Cardano, where they come down just now. So again, that represents another buying opportunity for me. Not for me, but to me, it represents a good buying opportunity. So it did get up to 1951, now at 1649. So I think that is a good buying opportunity for Cardano and a good time to accumulate. Every time they dip, good to accumulate a Cardano, I think, in my opinion. But do your own research and all that. Be Inspired is in. Good morning to you. Crypto Knowledge Alliance. Guten Morgen, Stephen. And good morning to you as well, James, one of our brown admins. Good to see you here, buddy. High Plains Drifter is in. Gareth Passage. APPC. We'll have a quick look at some of the charts. APPC. Could bounce off the 50 EMA. Could bounce, so it's crossing down over the 50 EMA, which is not a good sign. So if it doesn't bounce from here, then it's looking a bit rocky. Where are we on the 4 hours? On the hourly. So it's just coming up for the crossover again on the hourly, so that could be a good sign. So it needs to bounce from here for it to have any momentum. So I would say on the hourly, it looks a buy. It crossed down over on the hourly on the 6th of April, which is 4 days ago at 1882. And that's not the time, but Satoshi value. I'd be sitting on this APPC. I'd be sitting to wait and see what happens with this. On the 15 minutes, probably crossed over. On the 15 minutes, crossed over. On the 15 minute. Yeah, I would enter this very cautiously. So I would enter this and maybe put a 3-4% stop loss on it instead of the usual 5%. Just to make it a really tight stop loss. It's crossed over in the 15 minute, which would kind of suggest doing if something's gone up big time, but this didn't go up big time. It looks as if it's going to cross over in the 50 on the hourly. So what happens in a micro tends to happen in a macro later on. So hopefully that is going to be the case with APPC. Keg, thank you very much for the $2 donation. Really appreciate that, mate. Danny Phoenix. Tim Lund, hey Steve, have a question. Do you think Satoshi could ever reach $1? One Satoshi reach $1? That means, obviously, if one Satoshi were to reach $1, that means Bitcoin would have to be $100 million. That's how much a full Bitcoin would be. So probably not. No, I don't think that's going to be the case. Danny Phoenix, no, because the dollar will be extinct by the time it gets that high. Mervyn Skidmore, 0.01 would be 1 million BTC. Yeah. So for one Satoshi to reach $1, yeah, Bitcoin would have to, one Bitcoin would equal $100 million because there's 100 million Satoshi in one Bitcoin. Honest Crypto Journey, I'm not pessimistic, but think BTC will bounce down from the 5.5 to 6k resistance area and retrace to around 2.8 to 3.2k area. I'm bullish overall on BTC and think we'll see new all-time high by year's end. That's interesting. That's interesting, Stuart, you're saying that. That's going to go down. Why? I wonder why you think that. Why do we think that? And I can understand to a degree why a lot of people are thinking this. And I can understand kind of both sides, obviously, because we just don't know what's going to happen with BTC. Nobody knows. Nobody really knows. They've got the theories, and somebody's going to be right, somebody's going to be wrong. But it'd be interesting to know why you think that as well. Crypto Dread is in the house. Good morning to you. Honest Crypto Journey. If it did, it would be great buying opportunities. But we did say that. We did say that when it was 3,200 before, and people saying, "Oh, we're not buying just now because it might go down even further." So when do you actually buy? When it goes down to $1,000, a lot of people might think, "Oh, it's going to go down to $500. I'm not going to buy just now." If it goes down to 500, and I'm going to say, "Oh, it's going to die. I'm not going to buy." So it's kind of crazy our psychology with the markets as well. Kind of crazy when we look at it from that point of view. Gina Dial, where would be the TRX next support? Steve, we'll have a wee look at TRX, then we'll go into the news. TRX BTC. So it did jump up and came back down again. And this is on the hourly. I'm just going to daily. So where's the support? We've got clear support around about this level at 503. So that's clear support for me. That's clear support. I'm just going to get rid of these. And you've got some clear resistance areas as well. We'll just put here. This could be like the trading channel. It's not even a trading channel. It was trading here from 20th of July to kind of the end of last year. This kind of was a trading channel. Now we've got a bigger trading channel here. And even probably tighter one since February. But support for this is, for me, it's still 503 just now. So I guess what we'd need to be looking at would be resistance. Short-term resistance is looking like round about here at 608 or 612. That's really the resistance there just now, so that kind of small channel in there for TRX. But definite support at 503, long-term support at 503, and that's for the last kind of 5 months or so. So it needs to break through this resistance at 612 before pushing on up to the 800 again. And then you've got obvious resistances after that at 1000. 1000 would be a psychological resistance. But yeah, that's why I see just now the orange lines here represent support. So strong support at 303. I don't think it's going to reach that again, but you never know. Strong support at 500. Resistance at 600. And that would obviously become a support after that if it could break through that. And resistance at 800 again. Resistance at 1000. So I think you could break through that. What's the fib retracement? I'm just going to look over the fib retracement. February tracement at 542 is at 61.8%, so it's kind of bouncing around this area, and this is since a crossover. So this could represent a good buying opportunity for TRX as well, with support at 503. So if you're going to do that and you didn't want to do just a 5% stop loss, you could put the stop loss around about 490 or something. But obviously do your own research. If you're going in for this longer term, you could buy just now, put the stop loss at 490 and just hold for the longer term if you think it's going to go up. And it looks like a good bounce from there. Kig is saying, good morning to you. Thanks again for the donation, Kig. VET you're saying to look at. So VET. What? That's VET dollar. VET. I was looking at something else in the news. I'll tell you about that after in a second. VET Bitcoin. Okay. Look at the Bitcoin price, 140. Just now, could bounce off the 50 EMA there because it's crossed over on the 50 EMA at 113. It did go up to 158. We'll look at the Fib retracement. This is how I use it. You can use it in a different way. A lot of people use it different ways. I like to use it this way. So Fib retracement, from the bottom up, since a crossover, this is from the crossover, you could even kind of put this down to the low point, which you're really meant to do on the Fib retracement. It's not even got to the 50% Fib retracement yet. So it could come back down, but I don't think it is going to. I think it's going to bounce off this 50 EMA, which is right here at 134. It's kind of done that already. It's kind of bounced off. So you might see kind of bigger jumps from here from VET. Does it represent a good buying opportunity? For me, it does. For the longer term. Yeah, to me it definitely does. We've got that crossover. We've got kind of bouncing around the 70 EMA and the 50 EMA, and it's kind of jumping up from the 50 EMA as well. Next resistance level is 174. You need to break through that, then get through to 194, but really 200, which is a psychological barrier, and then we're pushing up further from there. Okay, on that note, I want to look at some of the news stories as well. Okay, so this is about the China Bitcoin mining ban could send crypto prices soaring. So this is a contrarian view to what others are thinking. So a lot of people were thinking, okay, if China was to ban Bitcoin mining, that Bitcoin would just crash. The price would just crash. However, on mickey.com.au, this is an Australian website, following ICO bans and crypto exchange shutdowns, the Chinese government is continuing to view Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies with cynicism, now proposing a total ban on Bitcoin mining. So, blah, blah, blah. Cryptocurrency mining appears on the list amongst activities the Commission believes should be phased out, and the list has been released for public consultation, which ends on May the 7th. So, China Bitcoin mining ban to bring FUD or a price frenzy. So while the news of Bitcoin crackdowns in the most populated country on earth is usually a catalyst for fear, uncertainty and doubt, FUD, across crypto markets, many analysts believe a full-scale Bitcoin mining ban in China could actually be good news. So this is related money flowing into Bitcoin like start, blah, blah, blah. If this ban does end up happening, it's more likely to push BTC prices up than down, says eToro senior market analyst Matty Greenspan. And the loss of cheap Chinese electricity would raise the mining cost, which is net positive on price. It would also serve to kill the FUD that Bitcoin mining is centralized, because it's estimated that Chinese miners represent 70% of global Bitcoin mining output. So that's a contrarian view. A lot of people think if this was to happen, that Bitcoin price would kind of shoot down, but it could actually go up because of it. So this is a contrarian view on that. This is something I kind of like to look up as well. And thank you to Rob, by the way, for sending the news stories, and James, one of our brilliant admins, and Deb, who regularly send over news stories as well. And I kind of pick up on them in the morning, and some of the other ones that I kind of pick up on as well, I get from cryptocompare.com. So if you're long in alts, pick something that isn't already close to its all-time high. VET was one of them at minus 99% from its all-time high, but I believe there was a changeover in VET months ago. Can't remember what it was, maybe you'll know, that this price looks worse than what it is. So it might not be 99% of its all-time high, but I may be wrong there. So I like this ATH, coinindex.com. This shows you the kind of prices from the all-time highs. So the prices of kind of projects from the all-time highs and where they are. So these are the projects we should be looking at possibly to get back into, because they're nowhere near their all-time high, or they're 95% off their all-time high or something. So the likes of VeChain, 99.91%. However, I don't think that is quite correct. So I need to check that out again. Bitcoin, down 99%. Wouldn't do that. Bitcoin Diamond, down 99% from its all-time high. It's $1.16 now. And now 147. Again, Bitcoin Diamond was another one that was a bit dodgy. Not a bit dodgy, but it was just something kind of happening with Bitcoin Diamond. There was different prices on different exchanges before, which was some kind of an anomaly. I don't know what it was. Zcash, 97%. Icon, down 96%. Qtum, good project. Price $3.38 just now. All-time high was $100 for Qtum. NEM, down 96%. Bitcoin Gold, Nano, down 94%. Lisk, Ogre, Neo, IOTA, Cardano, BitShares, Bitcoin Cash Tez. Look at all of that down in the 90s off their all-time highs. And these are good projects. Zilliqa, down 89%. XRP, down 89%. Ethereum as well. Cardano, for me, down 92%. And you just go, all-time high was $1.18. It's now 8 cents. Fundamentally shifted so much. So much. A lot of things coming out. Shell is obviously getting released as well. That's a big thing as well for Cardano. I just think this could easily, and it's still a big, huge kind of market cap for Cardano, but could easily 10x. Easily 10x by the end of this year, Cardano. So if that's all you did, you just put your money in that and just kind of accumulated, and you got 10x, that would be fantastic. So I think these are the ones we should be looking at. We still should be looking at the hidden gems, and I'm still looking for hidden gems as well, because these are the ones that could 100x. But if you were to go to a bank and say to the bank, listen, can you give me, or the bank was to say to you, I'll give you 5% interest per year, everybody would be rubbing their hands. They would just be totally rubbing their hands at 5%, because the banks are giving you 1% just now, which is negative kind of equity if you're kind of saving up because of the cost of inflation, or the price of inflation. If that goes up 2-3%, and you've got you put your money in the bank with 1% interest, you're actually losing 2%. So, but if we were to come to you and say, okay, I'm going to give you at least 100% return on your investment, so give me $1,000, I'll give you $2,000 back. That's what it's like with some of the crypto projects, with some of the safer crypto projects. And I'd say Cardano was a safer crypto project. The ones that are in the top 20 are the safer ones that are in top, and we'll just go to that actually. And go to the top 20. Bitcoin is 73% off its all-time high. If you put $1,000 in that, 3 years time, if you got $2,000 back, you'd be happy in a bank. You'd be extremely happy. So you could do it with Bitcoin. Ethereum, I think, is going to give you at least 100% return. XRP, at least 100% return. More than that. So imagine just kind of saving up, dollar cost averaging in, and putting into the big guns, into the likes of Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, EOS, Litecoin. I wouldn't put in Bitcoin Cash, Cardano, Binance, Stellar, Tron. I wouldn't put it into Bitcoin SV either. Even the top 20, any of them in the top 20. So think about that. Think about that as well. Just accumulating more and more. Ethereum Classic, I still think, represents a good one as well. So what's the biggest one? Cardano is in the top 7 and represents one of the biggest falls. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. Thanks for sharing that, Rob. This one, hundreds of millions worth of stable coins just entered the market this morning. This is from kind of Reddit, and it just kind of shows you here. Don't know if you can see. 200 million fresh USDT entered circulation past 48 hours. 4 million USDC entered circulation past 24 hours, and 4 million packs entered circulation past 24 hours. Now, normally what happened in the past, if there was a fresh influx of USDT, then that would, the kind of Bitcoin price would shoot up. There was a correlation there. It seemed to be a direct correlation between the Bitcoin price shooting up and a fresh influx of USDT. But now these other stable coins are coming in as well. USDT still being one of the biggest ones that people are using, the kind of most trusted ones, even though there's been kind of stuff in the past that's kind of been spoken about, is still one of the most trusted ones because it's the oldest. It's been the first to market as well, essentially. So I thought that was interesting. So could we see a kind of shoot up in the Bitcoin price as well because of this? I'll just jump back to the Bitcoin price chart. A dollar value 5247 still. So we'll just jump back to that every now and again. So I thought that was interesting. I don't know if there's a direct correlation, but there is a correlation between the influx of stable coins on the market and the Bitcoin price going up as well. So this is IEO kind of dates. This is like an IEO calendar that James Collar from Twitter has kind of put on, and as I said, Rob shared this with me. So the exchange IEOs, you'll know there's a lot coming out. Binance Launchpad, you've got Huobi as well coming out with stuff, and you've got the latest one was KuCoin. They had an initial exchange offering. So the first one is Bitfinex for unification on the 10th of April, which is today. BitZ for DeFi, and today. OKX is today as well for Block Cloud. Kobak Uranus is on the 11th of April, which is tomorrow. BGogo, Algorand on the 12th of April. Huobi Newton on the 16th of April. And Binance Matic on the 24th of April. So more and more of these exchanges are coming out with the IEOs. And this is why I think the exchanges are going to be worth a lot of money. And I'm looking for other exchanges. BitGogo or BGogo looks like a good one. I spoke about that before, very, very briefly. But I've been looking into that kind of heavily. And what I would do is wait till after the 12th of April before getting into BGogo. Or if you want to get in before, depends on when the next kind of IEO is going to be. But the CEO of BGogo looks kind of doing what kind of Binance is doing and really going for it. It sounds really determined in what he's doing. So BGogo could be really good, as the other ones could be as well. And I'm talking about the tokens, the native tokens for the exchanges as well. Still think they represent a brilliant buying opportunity. KuCoin shares, Huobi, now BGogo as well, but I'll have to look at the other ones as well. TrueUSD audit shows full US dollar backing. So Trust Token has published the results of an audit of its stablecoin TrueUSD in a blog post on April the 8th. The audit shows its full amount of United States dollar reserves. So I thought this was interesting kind of news as well. It's just to show that kind of openness and kind of authenticity in the market as well, and showing that this is actually true. There's a lot of kind of question marks around USDT being backed, but this is coming out as per the independent accountants report as well, prepared by a certified public accounting firm, Cohen & Company, as of March the 31st, 2019. So it just gives a little stability in the market and a little bit of confidence in the crypto sphere as well. So I thought that's good for the markets. That wasn't so interesting. Thought this was interesting as well. This is kind of an image from Reddit as well. And the sources here is Pew Research Center and World Bank. This is people sending, or immigrants sending, billions of dollars home from the US. So from the US, $30 billion have been sent to Mexico. That's people working in the US sending back to Mexico. Guatemala, 7.73 billion. Germany, 2.8 billion. Nigeria, 6.19 billion. Honduras, 3.77 billion. El Salvador and Dominican Republic, $4.59 billion. To South Korea, 2.83 billion. To China, 16 billion. India, 11 billion. Vietnam, 7 billion. Philippines, 11 billion. So that's immigrants working in the US or in the US sending money home. Now, obviously that's costing a shitload of money to send all that back home. You know, likes of Western Union, etc. Imagine if crypto could creep in here, and this was why I liked the statistic. Imagine if crypto could creep in here with the likes of XRP, getting sent back home, and how much that would do for the cryptosphere as a whole, and how much they could save as well. Everybody could save if they only knew how much it could save using crypto instead of kind of dollars, sending it via Western Union and the other companies as well. It would just save an absolute fortune for the people sending money back home. So just think about that, the billions of dollars that people are sending home. And still, this is why we need to kind of reach this tipping point as well. This is what's going to happen when we reach the tipping point. People, immigrants like this, are going to send money back home using the likes of kind of cryptocurrencies, the likes of XRP or Bitcoin or Litecoin or whatever it is they're going to be using. And I'm sure one of them will get used most often. Charles Hoskinson criticises Ethereum's EOS's Lone Samurai development approach. This is a kind of news story. It's not. He didn't really criticise. He just kind of said in a roundabout way. He just said he was talking about the kind of Ethereum's proof of stake and the algorithm for Casper and EOS's approach to kind of running the company or running the project, and basically said this is a stark contrast to the development you see with the things like EOS or with Ethereum, with Casper, where they kind of adopt this lone samurai viewpoint. That's not criticism, he's just kind of stating a fact there, so I don't see that as a criticism from Charles Hoskinson. It's just been taken out of the kind of context of it and said it's made a headline from it. But still interesting to know his kind of thoughts on that as well. Major web browser Firefox by Mozilla now blocks web-based cryptojacking. So Mozilla Firefox has launched new protections against crypto mining malware in its new browser versions, according to a blog post published on April the 9th. So big companies are starting to recognise that we need things in place for cryptojacking or things like that as well, for security as well. So it's good. Again, this is for mainstream adoption. More and more people are talking about it. More and more people are going to say, what is cryptojacking? What's that all about? So the more people know about it and it's in their kind of subconscious minds, the better as well. Bitfinex removes minimum equity requirement, opening professional standard trading to everyone. So from today, which was yesterday, Bitfinex has removed its $10,000 minimum equity threshold, opening the world's most advanced trading platform to everyone. So the update comes in response to overwhelming demand over the past 6 months from a wide variety of traders seeking to access the unique professional experience available at Bitfinex, but without requiring the upfront equity. This is on medium.com and it's obviously from Bitfinex as well. Kind of guessing that they're getting a lot of competition now. This is why they're opening it up. So they should have opened that up a while ago. I don't know if they're too late or not to do that, but I don't think it's because of the pressure from a lot of people. I think it's because of the competition from a lot of people that's happening just now. So Bitfinex is opening up to everybody just now, and you can sign up to Bitfinex as well. They've got a new KYC portal as well, upgraded support center, and Santiment token information provides education on every token on the platform to help inform customers. That is a good thing, I think. So that could be a good thing if you want to kind of go look at Bitfinex as well, one of the kind of older exchanges online as well. So I believe that is the news. I'll just see if there's any updated news. Market analysis, 60 million rising, China's crypto funds tried lending to beat bear market. Dash now supported by Salt Lending, artificial intelligence had invented a millionaire crypto scam and helps locating its perpetrators. Excellent. Dogecoin price mounts comeback. Binance Trust Wallet partners with Seller Network aiming to boost dApps. Interesting story that. So this is Binance Trust Wallet. Binance Trust Wallet to bring Layer 2 scaling network for better apps. Per the official release on April 9, Trust Wallet has entered a strategic partnership with Seller Network, mainly to help dApp developers create seamless integrations and build fluid interactions. Moreover, it aims at enhancing the dApp user experience of industry at large. It reads that Trust Wallet and Seller Network will work on providing seamless integrations and fluid interactions and user experience for decentralized applications. Excellent. So this is why the kind of price of Seller went up yesterday. And where is that today actually? Seller 343. It's still up, but way down on where it was yesterday. It went up to 390 on that news. Look at the hourly. It did go back down to 327, so just have a look at the chart for that. Sell BTC. Obviously I've got a vested interest in this, I'm in this as well. And I didn't sell out yesterday because I think it's going to double from here. We'll look at the low point and look at the fib retracement. This is on the hourly. It's bouncing off the 78% level. So yeah, I think Stellar Network can double from here, 343. And I don't think it's going to take that long before it doubles up into the 650 range. That's kind of near its all-time high actually, but certainly up to the 600 range for Stellar Network. That's just my thoughts. Just my thoughts on that. Where are we? 707 there would be the kind of all-time high when it first came on. Obviously, the all-time high is not the real all-time high at 3,000. So it's up to say it would be here at 700. So I think it can easily go back up to that again. So I'm not too worried about these dips at the moment. I was at 500. Okay, thanks for the $2 donation again. Just saying thanks for that. And that was for BET. My pleasure. My pleasure. Mr. Swanfield, we won't get that low again with BTC. It could be. I think there's just two sides to the argument, and there always will be with BTC. We haven't skid mode, although pull back to 3K would be probably good. I think we're going to have a relatively slow 1 to 3 weeks to around 6K, then parabolic rise to all-time high. Honest Crypto Journal, 6K is a major price action area, and think from my TA there will be a lot of profit taken around these price areas, but it's all speculation. It is all speculation. I just think if we get to 6,000, if we break through that, we break through 6,200, which is a major kind of resistance level. If we can break through that, then that's when we start the bull run. But I think it'll hit that, come back down a wee bit, not as far as 2.8 or 3.2K. It could well do, but I'm more just kind of erring on the optimistic side. I always have been that way, and I probably always will be. So I think it'll come back down once it hits that level and go back up again. I think that's what's going to happen. And if we look at BTC USD, we'll probably see a cup and handle formation on the daily. Yeah, so it looks as if it's perfectly kind of forming this kind of cup and handle here. This is round about the 6,200 level. So we'll just say from here, and it's perfectly forming just now. That's what I think is going to happen with the Bitcoin price, and we're getting up to that stage already to get to the 6,200 level before it comes back down. I think 6,000 will represent a psychological barrier as well, a resistance level, and it'll kind of come back down from there a wee bit before going up to 6,200 resistance, come back down, and then shoot up. Not shoot up, but go up from there. So that's how I see Bitcoin going, so that you can see perfectly this cup and handle formation forming at the moment. Bernard Ronald is in. Good morning to you. Nicky Sheldrake, sound's gone. The sound is gone. Right, is the sound gone for everybody? Nope, I'm still here. Sound is working okay here. Just refresh. Click on refresh. I know you can't hear me saying that, but click on refresh. Bet was divided by 100 of the original Ben token. I thought there was something. I knew there was something. I just couldn't remember what it was. Thanks for that, Chris. Morning, Stephen. Greets from Holland. Good to see you here, buddy. John White is in the house. Good to see you. Hi, Steve. Do you think XRP BTC will move up when it hits support level on the weekly chart? Yes, I do. But I'm very bullish on XRP as a whole. But we'll look at the Bitcoin price and we'll look on the weekly chart. So this is daily. It's still in this kind of triangle, this ascending triangle. But we'll look on the weekly. Right, so what was the question? I forgot. And it will move up when it hits the support level on the weekly chart. So support level is round about here, round about where we are just now. And it's kind of broken down through that. This is on the kind of ascending triangle. Again, we probably could bring this actually. down to here. We're going to kind of really be kind of honest about it without being manipulated. We broke out of this ascending triangle here. I've got the support around about the 10,000 level. That's a psychological support and a TA support as well. Probably bring that down a wee bit. This is on a weekly, and remember, so on the daily you'd probably be moving up a wee bit. So on the 17th of June, so we need to get back up into this kind of triangle area, or we could just be falling down from here. So it looks, from a TA point of view, it looks as if XRP is going to go down. It's still going down here. We'll look at it on the 4 hourly. No indication it's going to go up on the hourly. Slight indications it's going to go up. I wouldn't even be kind of looking at 15 minutes, but kind of crossed over in the 15 minute, but I wouldn't be kind of looking at that just now. I'd wait on confirmation from certainly from the hourly, the 4 hourly, then the daily. But we need to get back up into this triangle. If not, we've still got that downward pressure. So by all accounts, looking at TA, you just go, you wouldn't touch XRP just now. From my point of view, because I believe in it long term, this is where I'll just go, okay, I'm just accumulate. These are good prices to accumulate, because with XRP, we've seen this last week, and I said this last week as well. You never know with XRP because it just shoots up in a day and then it keeps on going up. And it's exactly what happened here. 6,700 shot up to 7,600. And what's that represent? 13%. It's not a big increase, but that could have easily kept on going up and up and up and up and up. So that's why it's good for me to accumulate on the way down, even if it's gone down, just accumulate, because I do believe in it. And I don't believe in it. I believe that it's going to make me money. If I'm being really honest, I believe that it's going to go up in the future, big time. And I think we're going to get up to 14,000, 15,000, 16,000 Satoshi level. Certainly by the end of this year. Well, for me, it's a definite by the end of this year, and probably more. Much more than that. I think it's going to go up about 200% more than that by the end of the year, but we'll need to wait and see. That's just my thoughts and opinions. Do your own research and all that stuff. Mr. Swanfield, I was afraid to ask about XRP. It looks, on paper, it looks, from a TA point of view, it looks as if it's still going to go down. But for me, I honestly don't worry when kind of XRP goes down. I don't worry. I can hold it, and I just don't worry that it's going down. I just think it's more to accumulate. VET is wrong on the charts. I had conversion from VEN to VET. It was divided by 100. I thought that. How much profit can be made on the IEO 2x? Well, traditional on Launchpad, I think the IEO has represented a 300% increase, which is 3x, but obviously come down as well. So Seller Network, you had BTT, you had 3x as well, probably more than that at the very beginning. So yeah, you can get at least 100 to 200%. Rob UK, Steve, be aware of BGogo as they don't have permission from Algorand token. Ah, okay, that's something to look into. Thanks for that. I will send the links later. Rob, one of our Brown admins who provides a lot of the news stories I was talking about as well. And thanks for that, Rob. So I need to look into that. Rob, thanks for that. Natasha, CoinMarket calendar with upcoming events to anticipate price movements. Yeah, we use that quite a lot. Usually I do a kind of weekly summary of what's coming up for Binance tokens as well. Rob UK, they apparently use ICO private tokens of Algorand without permission from Algorand. Look at the link on Telegram. Morning all. Ah, right, I will need to look into that. Thanks, Rob. Tina Dow, I was in the bank holiday. I was in the bank last Monday. Overheard conversation. A customer wanted to invest 50k and the bank offered him 2.5% term deposit. I spoke out and said, buy Bitcoin, you'll triple your money. Excellent. I hope you did. Gina. That would be cool if you did do that. VR, buy Bitcoin and end up broke. That's an alternative point of view. Invest in tulips. Yeah. Still long on top hats and Monacos. Danny Phoenix saying sound is good. Good. Yep, refresh. It's okay now. High Points Drifter, Mervyn 80s handbags for promising sector. LOL, not selling mine. Axel, hi Steve, hi all. That's from Axel. Okay, so just go over what time are we on? 9:19. What's happening? Seller Network, 4 for me, this represents a buying opportunity, but I'm totally biased because I'm in it just now as well. But I do think it represents a buying opportunity from here, and I think we're going to go up to, well, I'm going to say at least 500, but kind of first level is 400, and then we'll get to that 500 level. I'll probably sell out round about there. I've got a sell at 520. I'll probably bring it down a wee bit, but yeah. OX, anything new coming up? BCPT, so Block Mason Credit Protocol is going up. That's dead choppy. Maybe this could be a good one as well. Looking at the charts with a crossover, bounce off the 50 EMA and the 70 EMA. Style, line, green. Make that a thick line. No, I won't. A thinner line. So this is good. The charts are actually quite good. It's from TradingView anyway on Binance. We'll just have a look at some of the smaller ones actually. So Digitex Future is still doing brilliant. Look at that for a chart. That's a kind of beautiful chart if you were to kind of get in. This is on the hourly chart. Imagine getting in kind of lower. Only a few weeks ago at 900 on the 26th of February. If you got in then, represent a kind of 200% or just less than that. 185% opportunity. But Digitex Futures coming out with the exchange soon as well. Metamorph have had a good run up. I don't know where they are just now. Coming out with version 2, they're at 123 just now, so they did go up to 149, come back down to 123. Still a good opportunity there, and still under 1 million. Still under 1 million for Metamorph as well. Bab, not much movement there. Still 4 Satoshi. Probably looking at Bab and better underneath. 113 Gui. Oof, got a shiver there. Somebody walking over my grave. Well, it wasn't Bitcoin. $5,253. Still good. Still all good. Nothing coming up. Look at the bubbles again. See what's happened in the last hour. Loom is starting to move, 2.8%. Doge moving up. REP, Ogre is moving up. Let's get rid of these. And Mixin is moving up as well. XTZ. Never really talk about Tezos. WTC starting to move, 0.63%, not that much. Still good. It's Loom doing 2.8%, D 7.54. Loom could be a good one. This is why I like this kind of bubbles. It's quite cool. Bitcoin Diamond. Okay, last kind of look at the chat. I'm topping up XRP today. Excellent, as from B. Okay, I'm going to leave it there just now. Hopefully you have a brilliant day, whatever you're doing. And I will speak to you tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.